Hello people of the internet, good afternoon, good evening. We are continuing with the still very long list of viewer requests that we need to get through. Admittedly, I did not think that we would get one, this many requests to go through, and two, that the end of the month would be this busy, because I feel like the schedule just keeps getting longer and longer, but we make do, and we have another one to check out today, coming courtesy of Ononoe. Ononoe. Apologies if I butchered that, but thank you for your request anyway. And they asked me to check out Raon's most recent and very first Korean single titled Like, bracketed with heart emojis, which OBS doesn't like, so it doesn't have it, but there are heart emojis on either side. Never heard of Raon before, but your suggestion did raise a few eyebrows, mainly because Tak and Ginga on the production team. That's very exciting. And like, the thing with Tak is I've always heard his name dropped in like the producer talks and things like that. I've never actually looked into what songs he's done, and oh my goodness, the genius list is like a gold mine. Stray Kids' Side Effects, Superhuman by 127, Taemin's Idea, Key's Imagine, Umbi's Glitch was a Tak song, Walk With You by Dream, Mirai's Killer, Close to You and Think of You by Fromis 9, Twinkle by Lovely's, Victon's Virus, Drippin's The One, Air by Infinite, Croquis by Umbi, Be With You by Fromis 9. I'm trying to piece together like what this is going to sound like. Possibly a very synth-heavy song? I'm not going to complain about it either way, because I get to learn about a new artist, and that is one of the joys of being such a broad multi, is that you get to pick up so many different artists and their sounds. So, here we go, let's jump right into it. Let me go full screen, 4K, 4K, captions in Anglais, thank you very much. Rounds like. So apparently they are primarily a Japanese, like they promote primarily in Japan side. Never heard of her before, so this is going to be a new learning experience for me. And also, artists tend to change their sounds depending on what market they're in anyway, so we'll see what Rounds like sounds like. Oh my goodness, that's way too many likes. But here we go, let's just jump right into it. Boom. Check the volume of my ears. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's busy synths. It's quick though. Oh, it is really quick. Even this breakdown is quick. And the breakdown into the pre-chorus. Ooh! Okay, so this is the drop. Holy vocals. The power behind those high notes? Oh my. Ooh. I can't even hit that note. We got a big switch. Holy vocals. Oh my god. I need to turn it up in my ears a little bit more. And back to this. Big, that is the mid-song genre switch. So there's something very J-poppy about this pre-chorus. Just the pre-chorus stuff. Oh, the floss is back. Oh, and the shoot. Raon deadass brought back the shoot and the floss in 2023. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. Oh, musical silence. Outro sequence as well? Oh my Lord Almighty. Okay. Holy smokes, the vocals. Apart from like the little ooh she does, that flips into her head voice, that was essentially 100% chest voice all the way from beginning to end, and that's ridiculous. Her vocal power is nuts. Like, regardless of if it's been mixed or not, to like, you know, count, because that much power in her vocals means there's going to be a lot of volume coming out during the recording. Like, even if it has been EQ'd, oh my god, you can feel, like, you don't just hear her vocals, you feel her vocals. They are so powerful. Also, just no words, head empty, just vocals. Let me rephrase that. She gets the vocals badge of approval because those were W vocals indeed. That's nuts. That's actually nuts. I didn't realize at the throughout this past week, because this came out 6 days ago, and this dropped the same day as Kepler's Japanese mini, or I guess it's a single. I don't actually know what they're classifying it as. Drippin's Japanese debut and Golden Child Y, and his like special single release before he enlisted in the military. And because like there were, one, I'd never heard of her before, but two, we had the viewer request to get through, so I didn't allocate the time for her the day of. I'm so glad someone else brought this to my attention though, because this is spectacular. Like, can we go back to that first chorus, please, if I can find it? Actually, I want to talk about this pre-chorus because it reminds me a lot of J-pop. The way like the melody is written and just like the way it sounds to me sounds so J-poppy to me, and it's just a pre-chorus. It's that very brief melodic top line. Something about that just screams J-pop to me. Like, it feels like a melody line you would hear on like a slice of life anime OST. Just that one little section. Let me listen to that again and see if I can actually understand that. Yeah, something about that melody line just feels like a really light-hearted anime OST. I love it. I love it so much. I love how many like it's a very subtle genre switch into this pre-chorus here, because let's go even further back. It's still a fairly nasty EDM beat here, you know. Pretty heavy hitting. I wouldn't call this industrial, but it's pretty close. You know, it's lots of glitchy synths, kind of like the Tuck Special in a way. But then all of a sudden the bottom end drops out and it turns into this really light-hearted song in the pre-chorus. And then all of a sudden we're into this I'm sorry, Miss Raon, I definitely just cut off your powerful high note. We'll get to you in a second. But then it just goes back into this like glitchy EDM beat, and it just feels like business resumed. It doesn't feel out of place. Which is really hard to do because that pre-chorus and this chorus are two very different music types and like music genres, but they work. I'm gonna hazard a guess it's because of the musical silence within the transition. Because the song cuts out, the vocals cut out. Oh my, and then like the wink comes in, and then the song reverts back to normal. I think that's why it works, but it feels so seamless. But now we can finally talk about your vocals, Miss Ma'am, because how, I'm still blown away by how powerful her vocals are. Like, that is ridiculously powerful stuff. So much so that it feels like I'm being punched by her vocals over and over and over. In a good way. Let me make that clear. In a good way. But, oh my god, her vocals are. I love me a good, powerful high note. I love a good like belted high note from main vocals. I think it is like one of the most iconic parts of a group is when you have a main vocal that just absolutely pops off and just rips out the highest and like most powerful like chest voice or head voice belt or like a whistle tone. I have never heard anybody out of Korea with a consistently powerful chorus like she does. People like main vocals have done really powerful high notes in the past, but they do it sporadically or do like one hit. It's like the killing part of killing parts. It's usually typically saved for like the final chorus, things like that. This entire course from start to finish is ridiculously powerful. Even the little ooh she does, even the head voice flip into the ooh is really powerful for a head voice. Oh, that's nuts. That's actually nuts. I'm sold. I'm actually sold. Wow. Like, the composition of the song is kind of wild. Like, you got your glitchy synth stuff, you got that mid song genre switch. Oh. I reminded myself to talk about that. The mid song genre switch. Also, peep the vocals there too. Very funky, very light-hearted. Once again, a very different sound. Admittedly, this genre switch and like this sudden shift is a lot more noticeable. I mean, I think it's kind of hard to miss. Let's be honest here. And I think it works. I think the transition between the pre-chorus and the chorus is a little bit smoother, but that's just me. I don't mind this mid-song genre flip. I feel like I don't know if more groups are doing it or more groups are shying away from it, because I feel like there was a point last year where everyone and their mothers were doing that mid-song genre flip, and now like those groups that typically did don't do them anymore. But it's like kind of the alternative of doing a rap verse as a second verse, because the rap verse in a pop song usually comes in on the second verse. Oh, well, not exclusively. It usually comes in on the second verse to shake up the flow of the song a little bit. Admittedly, this shakes up the flow of the song very effectively, because it's like an entirely different song. So it serves the same purpose. Interesting choice. It's for soloists to do this as well. I feel like most soloists don't go this experimental. I'm not mad at it though. Now we can actually close the video properly. Her vocals are actually nuts. Like, I know I've said that millions of times already, it feels like, but I just cannot state how impressive her vocal chops are. Like, that was one of the most, like, impressive displays of vocals throughout a song I've ever heard. And Ononoe, much like you said, if I'm interested, she's got Japanese releases. Oh, you bet your ass I'm going over and checking her Japanese releases. Because if you've got me hooked already this much just by one song and one song's vocal performance alone, oh yeah, I'm invested now. Like there's no coming out of this now. I'm fully locked in because a vocal like this doesn't come every day. Not every group has a vocalist like her. She's something special, let me tell you. But thank you, Illinois, for your request. That was tremendous fun. And frankly, without your suggestion, I completely would have missed this. And this was so much fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog stuff watching the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye-bye.